High value items. In many games, such as World of Warcraft, the value that items are worth is relative to the difficulty level of the area where they drop. For example, most items found in the Barrens aren't worth a whole lot of money. Now, there are noticeable exceptions for twink items, naturally, but in general, most of the Barrens items simply don't have much worth overall. In MNM, however, that doesn't hold true. Right outside the gates in the Noob Yard, you can find a level 1 skeleton holding an item worth 4 to 5 silver. The Cracked Staff. The Cracked Staff is, well, cracked. It isn't a particularly good weapon, but it sells for a lot. This is an ode to EverQuest, where the Cracked Staff sold for a lot as well. The devs liked it, so here it is. You can sell this to any vendor who buys weapons. The next important item you can find early on that is worth a lot is the elusive Harvalen Ring. These drop from some Ashira mobs in Shaded Dunes, are unique, meaning you can only carry one, and are worth about 2 silver and 25 copper. Absolutely worth holding onto one of those if you find it. You can sell these to the Garrison Quartermaster and the Herbalism Merchant outside Wayfarer's Hospice. As the item is required for the Shaman Starter questline, you may be able to sell it to the Shaman Spell Merchant, but I have not tested this. The next item in the list is also a quest item worth a fair bit, and that is the Diseased Jackal Blood. These are needed for the Ranger Starter quest. Diseased Jackals spawn just outside the Wormsbane dungeon entrance very rarely. The mob is rare, the item is rarer. I spent hours grinding this before I gave up and bought it from a merchant instead to complete my quest in frustration. They're worth about 1.5 silver, but only to the Ranger Spell Merchant in the garrison. The next two are both for the Cleric starting quest line and both sold to the Cleric Merchant. They are the Blister Beetle Glands, which are dropped from Blister Beetles, naturally, and the Intact Diseased Bat Bile Duct, which is rarely dropped from diseased bats. Both of these sell for approximately 1 silver, 36 copper, depending on your faction. The next drop is called a Lightstone. Note that this isn't the burnt out Lightstone, but just Lightstone. In other words, a functional one. This sells for around 1 silver to someone, according to someone I partied with. He couldn't remember who bought them, and I've never seen one drop, so I can't speak more on it. They are, however, a functional light source, I believe. And finally, we have a couple more which should be of interest, and that is the Pristine Crocodile Skin, dropped from various crocodile types, and Rattlesnake Skin, which is dropped by rattlesnakes. The Rattlesnake Skin sells for around 80 copper, and the Croc Hide for about 75 copper. These are far more common to find, particularly the Croc Hides, as Crocs are a particular favorite for low-level grinding. There are plenty of other items worth a lot of money out there, but these are the most common ones you'll find in the first 15 levels or so. Basically, whatever else you have in your inventory, if you have any of the aforementioned items, make room for it. It's worth it.